For so many engineering teams, CI/CD is just a source of frustration. So today, let's talk about how we can transform that whole chaotic mess of tools and scripts into a streamlined platform product that your developers will actually love using.
So, let me ask you this, and be honest. Is your CI/CD pipeline a superhighway that gets code to production fast? Or is it more like a 5 o'clock traffic jam? If you're picturing bottlenecks, manual steps, and just a whole lot of confusion, believe me, you are not alone. All right, let's get right into the problem. I like to call it CI/CD chaos. It's that tangled web you get when every single team is just left to fend for themselves, and pretty soon the whole organization just grinds to a halt.
And this chaos, it has very real consequences. You've got teams using totally different tools, so they can't even collaborate effectively. Engineers are literally reinventing the wheel every single day. And the security blind spots, whoa, that's the stuff that keeps people up at night. It all just adds up to slow, frustrating feedback for your developers and a platform team that is completely drowning in maintenance work.
So what's the fix? Well, it's a huge paradigm shift. We have to stop thinking about CI/CD as just a pile of tools and scripts. We need to start treating it like an internal product that we build for our developers.
And here it is, the key mindset shift. Your platform team, they're now a product team. And your developers, they're your customers. That's it. Your whole mission is to build a product that makes their lives easier, that solves their problems, and that delivers a fantastic user experience.
I absolutely love this analogy. Think of your platform team as the owner of a vending machine. Now, you're not making custom gourmet lunches for every single person. No. Instead, you are carefully selecting, securing, and stocking that machine with a bunch of great options. These are your pre-approved, tested, totally secure pipeline patterns. A developer can just walk up, push a button for the thing they need, and get it instantly. No building from scratch required. Now, building this CI/CD vending machine isn't as simple as just installing Jenkins or GitLab and calling it a day. You've got to make some really key architectural decisions right up front.
And the first big decision is all about ownership. Where do you draw the line? If the platform team controls everything, you get amazing consistency, but you also become a huge bottleneck. On the flip side, full team autonomy gives you speed, but it leads you right back to that chaos we talked about. The sweet spot for a lot of folks is right in the middle. The platform provides the standardized stages, but the teams can customize the scripts that run inside those stages.
This brings us to the next big decision, your tool chain. Look, if you're all in on AWS, using tools like Code Pipeline and Code Build just makes a ton of sense. The integration with things like IAM is totally seamless. But if you're operating in a multi-cloud or maybe a hybrid world, a vendor-agnostic tool like GitHub Actions or GitLab CI is going to give you that consistent developer experience no matter where your code is actually running.
Now for the actual deployment step, especially if you're in the Kubernetes world, the GitOps pattern is an absolute game changer. It makes your Git repository the one and only source of truth, not just for your code, but for your infrastructure too. Tools like Argo CD or Flux just sit there, watch that repo, and automatically make sure your cluster matches what's in Git. It's declarative, it's auditable, it's just incredibly powerful.
Okay, so what does all this actually look like in practice? Let's walk through the day-to-day developer experience from a single commit all the way to production. How does this vending machine really work?
It all starts with one simple action. A developer merges their code to the main branch. And from that moment on, the platform product just takes over. It automatically kicks off the build and the unit tests. It runs all those critical security scans. If their infrastructure changes, the GitOps controller sees them and syncs them up. The new version of the app gets deployed, and finally, automated health checks make sure everything's running perfectly in production. And the developer, they didn't have to configure any of that. They just got the value.
This is the feedback you're aiming for. A great CI/CD product isn't just about going faster. It's about giving your engineers their most valuable resource back, their time, and their focus to solve real business problems with code.
All right, let's wrap this up by talking about the core design principles. Think of this as the DNA of any really successful CI/CD platform. So remember, standardize the what, not the how. Define those core stages, but let your teams control their own scripts. Next, you have to obsess, and I mean really obsess, over the developer experience. Make it easy, fast, and intuitive. Provide what we call paved roads, a golden path that works for like 80% of use cases, but always provide optional off-ramps for those teams with special needs.
Build everything for self-service, bake security in from the very beginning, and please make observability a first-class citizen so when things go wrong, it's easy to see why.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. You don't have to go and build this entire platform overnight. Think about your vending machine. What is the one thing you could stock in it tomorrow? Find that one painful manual step, that one piece of toil, and just automate it. That's how you start.